Hey y'all, I'm back like I said I was. So today we're gonna have a little story time. Let me tell you guys about the craziest bride that I ever encountered. So a little while ago I was in Miami and I went to the Bridal and Wedding Expo. Went there to set up shop to spread some awareness for Nikki Rouge bridal team, and we were there to capture some leads, talk to some brides, and see what's going on for the day. So I'm gonna take you guys along the journey of what happened. So I have been to other bridal expos here in Chicago, but it was not like the one in Florida. If you guys know anything about Florida, you know Florida is the craziest state, with the craziest people. And no shade, but you know, Florida's different. So get there and the doors open at 1 o'clock to let all guests in. So what's customary at these expos is if you're a bride, you get a little sticker that you put on your shirt that says bride. You get a bag. And also what brides typically do for any wedding events that they attend, they wear white. So it could be a dress, it could be a jumpsuit, it could be a shirt, whatever. They want to let the crowd or people know that they are the bride. There are also other people that come to attend. It could be the groom, it could be bridesmaids, family members that are in support of the folks that are getting married. And also there are vendors there, right? So they open the doors and let all the people in. Now it was like the floodgates open because folks were running in there like they were giving away stuff for free. Now I don't know if there was something going on that I wasn't aware of, that they might have had a certain time limit to get certain deals and discounts, because those folks weren't in there. But anyway, so I'm at the table and I'm like, okay, it's a whole lot of people crowding around, and there's a few girls that kind of come around the table trying to see what we were offering. And a lot of people thought that we were photographers because we had picture frames on the table with pictures of couples and makeup, beauty shots, and all that stuff. But of course, you know, we're hair and makeup team. So this girl approaches me and I'm like, hey, how you doing? My name is Nikki. You know, I'm the owner of the team. When's your wedding date? So she looks at me and she's like, I don't have one. Now pause. There were other people in there that did not have wedding dates. So sometimes what happens is when people are in the early stages of planning, they might have just got engaged, or they might be postponing, trying to save money. Whatever the situation may be, folks don't always have a wedding date when they come out to events. Usually they do, because they're looking for services, they're looking to get bookings from vendors, so they have a date. But sometimes they don't. So I just played it cool. Fine. I was like, you don't have a date? You know, you have a venue in mind or something that you're thinking about for a date, or anything else that you've booked? And she was like, and she looked at me with like a straight face, like, no. And I was like, okay, how can I help you? I gave her that look like, okay. So as I'm talking, I'm in front of the booth. The booth's behind me. So she is like in front of me, looking around me, trying to see what deal or whatever I'm offering, what is on the table that she can get information and she can collect. And I'm like, what are you doing? So she said, well, you know, I'm just here manifesting a husband. And I'm like, excuse me? What'd you say? I'm just here manifesting a husband. And she was in her all white. She had her bag. I'm not sure if she had her sticker, but I assumed that she was a bride and she was engaged. And at that point, I did not know how to respond to her, because my brain immediately was like, okay, I don't want to talk to her anymore, because I'm thinking there's some things that are not clicking here. To me, that was very strange, and I'm gonna tell you why. I have worked in many weddings, worked with numerous brides, and I deal with women all the time. So trust me, I've heard a lot of different things, probably have heard it all. And what struck me as strange and what also disturbed me is the fact that this young lady was at this event caring more about how to plan a wedding than she was about being in an actual relationship with somebody to foster like a good marriage and to have some type of solid foundation to eventually lead to a wedding. But maybe you never have a wedding. So that definitely, that bothered me to hear that coming from a young lady, because in this industry we've glamorized, you know, weddings and the wedding day and doing all the things leading up to that point. But I've seen so much as of lately where we don't invest in having a solid relationship, and that's on the back burner for the actual wedding. And I don't like it. I don't like it. And I want to tell the women, because I have a lot of women that contact me like, when I get a husband, I'm going to book you. So we're operating backwards. Like, we gotta do things in a certain order. Like, get the relationship first, get that together first, get engaged, and then, you know, follow along, follow suit, and then deal with this stuff that's just supposed to be a representation of what your relationship is. The wedding is not more important than the relationship, the man, the spouse, your significant other, whoever you are with. It's not more important than that, and having a solid foundation with that person. So y'all, we have to do better, and I don't want to see that anymore. I don't like to entertain that kind of stuff. It's not funny to me. And I hope that girl gets some help and really figures out like what this thing is about. And it's not about just having a wedding or doing something for one day, but a marriage is a serious commitment and something to be taken seriously, and not just one day and then, you know, it's over and it's done with. So that's all. I had my rant. I've been sitting on that for some time now, because y'all, some of the things that I hear from people, and I want to stop some of this stuff from happening, because we need to cut it out. Well, thank y'all for listening, and that's my story time for the day. Bye, y'all.